Fuck us, him, ma. Fuck us, hima. Fukushima. What? Fukushima? Fukushima? Fuck who? Yeah, it's a big sign saying fuck yous. Hi, ma. Fuck yous, hi, ma. Thing is, I doubt very much there's anything to worry about at that location and what's going on right there. And the problem and the thing that they've done and the crime that has already been committed is that they've been taking and dumping radioactive material on the people already. And they've done it in chemtrails. And at this point, I wouldn't even trust it if you don't see chemtrails, because they could probably lay this stuff up there where it's not even visible, like they've been putting the visible trails up there. You know, I found chemtrails in the Bible. How do you like that? I keep expecting to hear, you know, pastors and that talk about it. I haven't really been listening to them, so I don't know what they're saying. But, you know, you see these things in these locust things that fly through the air. The sting, the poison, the harm is in the tails. They're those are tails and they're not trails, right? Those are chemtrails and they're not chemtails. And it's so obvious, you know, in these planes and these aircraft, you know, having the womanly shape, because that's what it's talking about, like having hair like a woman. It's the aircraft. You know, the smoothness, the smooth curves. Thing is how much radiation have they dumped on us? The stuff did not waft over here from Japan. And yeah, that place there, you know, it's like a zit on the earth, but it's not wrecking the planet. It's not affecting the milk in the cows on the west coast. It's not what is hurting those stewardesses and that have been flying over Alaska and stuff. Certain routes that they've dumped this stuff in the air. Plus, why can't they? They're putting stuff up there high 50, 60, 70,000 feet. I don't know how high they're putting this stuff up there. But if they're pulverizing garbage, you know, they got nanotechnology. Oh, let's turn it all to dust. and sprinkle it lightly over the whole planet. We'll just spread it out everywhere. I'm just thinking critically, folks. And I'm saying that I'm not hearing these questions being asked this way. A lot of what ifs about what if a comet or something. You know, chemtrails haven't been a what if. God, I hope they're over. You know, I personally haven't seen one for like a week. Or maybe a couple, but you know, I'm still traumatized by, if it was over right now, I still wouldn't be over it. And yeah, it's been very disturbing to me over the last couple of years. That's been very indignant, all my raged. Feelings about it. I just displayed them before God, not man, not at God. But my true feelings about the whole thing, what's going on, all my questions. There was no man that I could even talk to. You know, almost including myself. I mean, you know, I can't believe the things that I end up thinking of, you know, like now, saying, you know, the Fukushima radiation is a distraction. They're trying to, when radiation shows up, that we'll blame it on Fukushima, not on the chemtrails. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, it's the hobgoblin. You know, that even worse than that, you know, that they're already removing stored material that's been there. Hopefully not, but removing that material and you know, I hate to think about it, you know, but they're you know, could be nanoparticling it, you know, down to dust or whatever. Colloidal. It's ultra microscopic. Once you get down something so small, you can't see it under a microscope. And that's when you need a spectrometer to see that it's even there. That's what's been in the chemtrails. That's why it hasn't been real visible what's going on. Thing is, you know, there hasn't been any serious noted efforts being made to make sure that these things are not going on, to make sure that our air is secure. National security. You know, I understand that they turned off the continuous monitors that were monitoring radiation because spikes were showing up. These 20-minute periods. I'm saying that's when stuff from above fell down. I don't know if it's going on or not. That's what's so disturbing to me, because, you know, there are so many apparent unexplained, both physical feelings, uh, you know, mentally, emotionally, having times where, you know, I don't know if I'm just exhausted, exasperated from all the care that I've been having all along, and then not being able to think anymore. But you know, there's times that I've stepped outside and end up feeling doped almost immediately. And then not being sure, you know, it's it's been hard not knowing. But, you know, if you just even look at the name of that place, first of all, they say it's on a fault line. Well, they weren't saying it was a fault line when they built it. They said it after a earthquake that happened to be blamed on a atomic bomb or HARP or something else. And do we know? It's all man-made. But I'll tell you, you know, I found chemtrails in the Bible. And I think that people should look into that. Who use the Bible. Otherwise, I'd go through and look it up. To me, the important thing is that, you know, they've been up there in the air, affected our clouds. We know that they've dimmed the light by over 20%. You realize that that would be 1 day out of 5 days worth of light taken away. How would you like a day out of the week be dimmed? No light. You know, virtually that's what we're getting because it's spread out. We don't notice. No, so many of them clouds are artificial, and so often there's a haze. F-U-K, fuck, U-S, us, H-I, hi, M-A, ma. You know, it's a big joke. And it ain't a big joke at the same time. It's a real finger being pointed as a warning. But, you know, are we going to just end up being distracted by Fukushima and not realize that, no, the more sinister thing, which is much more widespread, is the chemtrails and the radiation that they're dropping on those, and then they're blaming it on Fukushima? That's the big joke. Yeah, there's radiation, all right. It's been hurting people, and there's already statistics. And you know, I wouldn't say that it's our Air Force doing it, but I would say there's a shadow of them in the Air Force, and the Air Force probably being used to some degree, and certainly being made to allow it. And are also contributing knowingly with the, I think they were involved in aluminum and stuff and hey, can't that stuff get radioactive while it's up there closer to the sun in the thinner air, absorbing all that radiation from the sun, and then suddenly dropping it on us, coming on us? Does anybody care? I'm just going off because I just sat and listened to, more Fukushima talk. And if anything, they're taking material from there. Oh yeah, we'd be like, yeah, haul the water away and everything. Yeah, just so they can dump it on us somewhere else. People would say, yeah, hurry, remove it. And then what? Put it, as long as it's in a swamp there, I understand that it's not going to have the China syndrome meltdown. As long as it is all soggy, let it sink into the marsh. Keep it soggy, whatever. But, I think we can, take care of all those problems and clean them up properly. I hope they are keeping it contained. When the water gets radioactive, there's the term heavy water, which literally talks about, heavy water. And the heavy water would go down into the trench in the ocean and stuff, and it's not going to get caught up in the currents and that. And not that, even the radioactive material is heavy stuff. It falls, it sinks. It doesn't, it's not like it wouldn't blow around if it's in the dust. And especially when it is in the nanoparticle range, because at that point the physics are different. But it's still gonna settle. And this stuff's been already dumped on us, I'm certain. Are there plans for more? We just waiting for another whole... Do you realize how large of an operation it had to have been to have thousands of flights every day chemtrailing the Earth? That's bigger than any other project that you can imagine. Knitting a covering over the Earth to protect us. What a bunch of freaks, man, that think that that's what they needed to do. It's one thing damming up a river or something. Them guys, they love big numbers, they love big things, they'll do it just to do it. Just because they thought of it. Hey, yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, okay, hey, let's Oh, yeah, we can chemtrail. Just spray stuff, aerosol. What about chem bombs and stuff, and they could just send something up there that just, bursts and disperses into the air. And what's going on? I don't trust it. I don't trust any of it. I'm gonna trust it till I feel right, till uh, sickness and disease and stuff is over. It's a sin that we have not benefited from the advances in understanding. And there's some people that are highly responsible who haven't been accountable other than receiving awards and prizes. And the statistics, it ain't good. Yeah. I don't know, man. I wanted to bring that up about Fukushima. I just couldn't, stay silent about them fucking us. Hi, Ma. What a schizophrenic word. What a schizophrenic world. What a... There's chemtrails in the Bible. And, it's worth noting. And, I just want it all to be over. And, maybe it is right now. Maybe it's over. That's how crazy I am. Every day. But every day it doesn't feel over, it doesn't look like it's over, it doesn't taste like it's over, it doesn't smell like it's over, it doesn't sound like it's over. And I don't have any encouragement that it's over. Other than I love, traffic keeps going by. People are out there. The world. People are alive. And I'm not saying that they all need to know what's going on. I mean, I'm looking at stuff and I don't even know what's going on. It wears me out. I have become indignant. Where, I lose respect for about everything. It's, not like, I feel so great about myself. I end up losing respect for myself too. I'm part of this whole human experience. Doesn't make me, feel so much better because I'm not a bigot, and I don't think I'm better. And you know, I realized that I could have been doing these things. I could have been seeing it that way. I could have been choosing to uh, destroy other people's lives or ignore the fact that that was happening. Uh, and yet I hate to think that that would be true, you know, and I can't imagine myself being that way. But I can believe it because I see how deceived that we become in our own weaknesses and the combination, you know. I'm tired of the misinformation, and you know, and that's about the radiation. I don't personally believe that there's a threat there at all, except for that they would threaten to haul the stuff away just so they could grind it up and aerosol it on us. You know, and that's an awful thought. But the stuff is not going to waft up into the air and come over here and get us. It'd really have to blow up seriously, and it could never do as good of a job as they could do by taking one of them fuel rods and turning it into, you know, colloidal uranium or whatever, plutonium. I don't know what they use in those reactors, or what it becomes. But you know, if they pulverized it down to the molecular level, then they can just drop it on us real easy, real easy. You know. Then they could say, well, you know, it's showing up here and there. Well, there's radiation leaking out of reactors, and it's just coming from all over the place. All of a sudden, it's just coming from all over the place. Well, the only thing that I can think that's all over us is the sky. And that those crazy, insane, you know, freaks would do that. They would do that. And there'd be people that would believe that they wouldn't, or they would buy into it if they did, that there's a story they could believe. It's like, well, it is good for you. You know. And I'd have to agree that, you know, if you can smile, and I'd like to, you know, get my smile back right now. I don't have it. But, yeah, it's not going to affect you so bad. That'd be true. That would be true. You're still better off smiling. But when you're facing the reality and the truth of this stuff, you know, okay, then you pay a price. If you can do that. Cost you. Cost you in your feelings, in your time. You know, it cost me. And, you know, I'm willing to pay that price. I'm not so interested in the other things. You know, I'm interested in community or something. And it's probably really, you know, what I should be trying to do other, I don't know why I'm talking about this stuff, because maybe we'll change something. I just feel like anybody could be listening, whether the camera's turned on or not. So I probably did this longer than I needed to, but I think it's a big deal. Big questions about what's really going on. I question the chemtrails. If I see any more of them, my story isn't going to change till I know. Don't tell me you got everything monitored till you show it to me. That's the way I feel. You trust some classified stuff or whatever. Tired of it. So, I just, want to say God bless us, but no, I really want to say, God damn them, put a stop to the madness. And I don't want my feelings just blessed so that, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. I'm not fearing this evil, but after this shadow of death, I'll get rid of it. I'm sick of it. And I think a lot of people have died. A lot of people. I don't know why. I don't really know. It's an increase of this, an increase of that. Oh, it's cigarette smoking. It's food, it's medicine, it's everything. We don't have what we need. It's been replaced by idolatry, synthetics.